Most Japanese beginners use ni and he wrong, and they don't even know it. Same sentence, different particle, but they do not mean the same thing. By the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly which one to use and why. I'm going to show you the difference in under 5 minutes, with real examples, a quiz, and one memory trick you will never forget. Let's go. By the end of this lesson, you will understand the difference between nai and he. You will choose the correct particle with full confidence. You will build your own sentences using both particles. Here's exactly what we're covering today. 3 things, in order. First, we properly meet nai and he, what they are, what they do, and why Japanese has 2 of them. Second, we find the difference. This is the most important part of the lesson. Most textbooks skip this. We won't. And third, you use them yourself. Real sentences. Real mistakes to avoid. By the end of this slide, you'll already know what's coming. And that's exactly the point. Let's start with objective 1. Meet the particles.
に、
That's it. 1 character. But it changes everything about where you're going.
学校に行く。
Function. Ni marks a specific destination, a precise arrival point. When you use ni, you're telling the listener exactly where you're landing, not just which direction you're heading.
行く、来る、帰る、着く。
Sine with movement verbs. Go, come, return, arrive. These are the 4 most common verbs in daily Japanese. Every single one of them pairs naturally with nie. Memorize that list. You'll use it every day.
学校に着きました。
The feeling of ni is arrival. You set out, and you got there. There's a finality to it, a destination reached. That's the energy ni carries every time you use it. Here is the memory trick. Think of ni as a pin on a map. When you drop a pin, you're marking one exact spot. That's ni. It pins your movement to a precise point on the map. Drop the pin. That's your destination. That's ni. Now, what about he? It looks almost identical in a sentence, but the meaning is subtly different, and that difference matters. Next slide. Now we put them side by side. Same sentence structure, same verb, different particle. Watch what changes.
学校に行く。
I go to school. The particle ne puts the emphasis on school as the specific destination. You know exactly where you're going, and you're going to arrive there. School is the pin on the map.
学校へ向かっている。
I head towards school. Same verb, same place. But he shifts the feeling. The emphasis is now on the direction of movement. You're on your way. The journey is what matters, not just the arrival. Here is the core difference. Same sentence, same verb iku, same destination gakko. But ne feels like arrival. He feels like movement. Ni is the pin. He is the arrow. Both are correct. But the nuance is real, and native speakers feel it. Now let's see them in real sentences, the kind you will actually use in daily life.
駅に行きます。
I am going to the station. Ni is used here because the station is a clear, specific destination. You know exactly where you're going, and you're going to arrive there. This is the most common way to use ni in everyday Japanese.
日本へ旅行したい。
I want to travel towards Japan. He feels more natural here because you're expressing a dream, a direction, not a fixed plan. You're not saying I have a ticket and I'm arriving Tuesday. You're saying Japan is the direction my heart is pointing. That's he energy.
家に帰ります。
I am going home. Ni again. Because home is the most specific destination there is. There is only one home. You're not heading in a general direction. You're going to one exact place. Ni is the only natural choice here. Notice the pattern. Row 1 and row 3 both use ni. Both have a clear, specific, named destination. Row 2 uses he because it's expressing a direction or a dream, not a confirmed arrival point. That pattern will serve you in almost every sentence you ever build.
駅に行きます。日本へ旅行したい。家に帰ります。
Now, what happens when beginners get this wrong? The most common mistakes are coming up next. And yes, you've probably made at least one of them. These are the two mistakes that beginners make with ni and he, almost every single time. Let's fix them right now. Mistake 1. Listen to this sentence.
公園へ着いた。
I arrived at the park using he. This sounds wrong to a native Japanese speaker. And here is exactly why.
公園に着いた。
That's the correct version. And the rule to remember tsuku always takes ne. No exceptions. Pin that. Where are you going? Using he? Now, this isn't technically wrong, but it sounds unnatural in casual everyday conversation. And unnatural is almost as bad as wrong when you're trying to connect with real Japanese speakers. 2 rules to lock in. 1. Tsuku always takes ni, never he. 2. For casual questions about where someone is going, ni sounds more natural than he. Simple, clean, done. Now, let's test you. Quiz time. Next slide. Quiz time. This is where we find out if it's actually clicked. 1 question, 4 options, no peeking. Here is the sentence. Fill in the blank with the correct particle.
私は東京行きます。
I am going to Tokyo. Which particle goes in the blank? Stop the video right now. Say your answer out loud. Don't just think it. Say it. Saying it out loud is the fastest way to make it stick in your memory. I'll give you the answer on the next slide. And here's a hint. Think about everything we covered on slides 4, 5, and 6. The verb is iku. The destination is Tokyo. You already know this. Trust yourself. Good. Answer on the next slide. The answer is C. Both any and he are correct. If you got that, well done. Seriously. That is not an easy answer for a beginner. And if you answered A or B, don't worry. That's actually the most common answer, because most beginners think there must be one right particle. The fact that both work here is the most important insight in this entire lesson. Ne here puts the focus on Tokyo as your destination. You're going to Tokyo and you will arrive there. The pin is dropped. Tokyo is the endpoint. He here puts the focus on the direction of travel. You're heading towards Tokyo. The arrow is pointing. You're on your way. That is real Japanese, and that is exactly what you just learned. Destination versus direction. Let's lock that in for good. Key takeaways are next. We're almost there. 3 things to lock in before we finish. These are the only 3 things you need to walk away with today. Number 1, ni equals destination. Use ni when you are focused on arriving at or reaching a specific point. The station, home, school. A named place you are going to and will arrive at. Ne is the pin on the map. Dropped on one exact spot. Number 2, and this is the most important one. He equals direction. Use he when you care more about the direction of movement than the arrival itself. A dream destination, a journey in progress. Something you are heading towards. He is the arrow pointing forward, not a pin, not a fixed point. Just movement and direction. This is the card to remember. Number 3, with EQ, to go. Both, ni and he work. You prove that in the quiz. But in everyday speech, ni is the more natural default. So if you're ever unsure, go with ni. You'll be right almost every time. You just completed the hardest part of this lesson. The concept is clear. The rule is locked in. One more slide and you're done. Let's finish strong. This lesson is done. You now know all core Japanese particles. Homework. Make 5 sentences with ni and 5 with he. Write them down. Watch lesson 14 next, and comment below using ni or he in a sentence. I reply to every comment. If this helped you, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. See you in lesson 14.